Have you ever caught yourself talking out loud when you're totally, completely alone? It's a habit a lot of us have, but we often think it's, well, a little weird. Today, we're going to dive into the psychology behind it, and trust me, what it really says about your mind is pretty surprising. I mean, really think about it. Are you muttering to yourself while you're looking for something? Or maybe you're debating a big decision out loud in the shower? How about that little pep talk you give yourself right before a big meeting? If any of that sounds familiar, you're not just in good company. You might actually be tapping into a sign of a really high-performance brain. So we've all heard the stereotype, right? Talking to yourself means you're a little off. But what does the actual psychology say? Well, it paints a totally different picture. We're talking intelligence, focus, and high-functioning minds. The main takeaway here is that this habit isn't a weakness at all. It's an incredibly powerful mental tool. Okay, so let's just go ahead and smash that old stereotype to pieces. Because according to the research, talking to yourself isn't some kind of glitch in your system. Not even close. You should really think of it as a feature. It's like your brain is processing so much information so fast that it actually needs a verbal outlet just to keep everything organized and running smoothly. It's all about efficiency. So what's the first trait of people who do this? It's all about achieving cognitive clarity, basically cutting right through that mental fog we all get. You know how thoughts can just swirl around in your head, right? It can be a chaotic mess in there. But the moment you speak them out loud, you give them structure. You're taking these abstract, fuzzy ideas and turning them into something solid and concrete. Yeah, vocalizing an idea makes it real. It's like you can hold it in front of you. You can look at it from different angles, you can spot the flaws, and you can figure out how to make it better. It's like turning a messy jumble of thoughts into a crystal clear plan. All right, next up, supercharged focus. This is where self-talk goes beyond just organizing your thoughts. It actually becomes a way to program your brain to be way more productive. This happens because of a process called stimulus upregulation. Now, I know that sounds super technical, but the idea is actually really simple. Saying a word out loud acts like a direct command to your brain. It literally tells your visual cortex, hey, this is what we're looking for right now. Just think about looking for your keys. If you just silently scan the room, your eyes are taking in everything, and you might miss them. But if you say keys out loud, your brain gets this priority alert. It immediately starts to hone in on that specific shape and color, and it filters out all the other junk. You're basically programming your own personal search engine. Okay, so a focused mind is great, but you also need emotional control, right? And that brings us to our third trait, emotional mastery. This is where self-talk becomes this incredible tool for self-regulation. I mean, we've all been there. You're facing a huge challenge and you whisper to yourself, come on, you can do this. That simple little phrase, it's actually a powerful psychological technique used by elite athletes and high performers all the time. This technique is known as distanced self-talk, and it's fascinating. By talking to yourself using you or even your own name, you're creating a little bit of psychological space between you and the stress. It's a clear sign of really high emotional intelligence. So instead of getting caught in that downward spiral of anxiety and panic, you're able to step back. You literally become your own coach, guiding yourself through the pressure with a clear head while other people might be losing it. And now for our final trait, which is a total game changer, memory hacking. It turns out talking to yourself isn't just about organizing your thoughts in the moment, it's about making sure you actually remember them later on. This is all because of something psychologists call the production effect. The simple act of saying words out loud, producing them with your voice, creates a much stronger, more durable memory in your brain than just thinking them silently does. So when you're studying and you read a key fact aloud, or when you repeat someone's name right after you meet them, that's you sending a priority message straight to your brain. You're basically flagging that info as important and telling your brain, hey, save this file, we're going to need it. So the big takeaway from all of this is that we need to completely reframe how we think about this habit. It is not a quirk. It is not weird. It's actually a whole suite of superpowers. Let's just quickly recap these superpowers. You're getting superior cognitive clarity to structure your thoughts. You get supercharged visual focus to find what you need. You have advanced emotional regulation to handle stress. And you get stronger memory retention to lock in what's important. These are all signs of a mind that's working at its absolute best. And I think this final metaphor just captures it perfectly. A powerful engine creates exhaust. It has to. In the same way, a powerful mind is constantly producing a flow of thoughts. And sometimes those thoughts need a verbal exhaust pipe to let the engine run at peak performance. So, the next time you catch yourself muttering to yourself, don't feel weird about it. Embrace it. Recognize it for what it is, a sign of your high functioning mind hard at work. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. What other weird habits that we all have might just be hidden superpowers?